This is Lesson 2, Section 2, Composition and Structure of Molecules. Suppose you collect rocks. How could you describe them? You could describe them by what the rocks are made out of, as well as the sizes and the shapes of the rocks. How is describing molecules similar? Just like rocks, molecules come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Some molecules are small. For example, a molecule of ammonia, which is found in cleaning supplies, contains 4 atoms. Similarly, methanol, used in fuels for race cars, contains 6 atoms. Other molecules are much larger and more complicated. Caffeine, found in some sodas and teas, is made up of 24 atoms bonded into 2 ring shapes. On the other hand, some molecules have thousands of atoms. All of these molecules are different. So how can scientists tell them apart? A unique molecule always has a unique composition and structure. Composition. The atomic composition of a substance includes both the types of elements that make it up, as well as the specific number or ratio of atoms of each kind of element that make it up. Both aspects of composition affect its characteristics and what it looks like. Look at figure 2.2a, which you will see on the next slide. A molecule of water has 2 atoms of hydrogen to 1 atom of oxygen. It's often written as H2O. To represent that, there are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom in 1 molecule of water. A molecule of hydrogen peroxide, on the other hand, has 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen. It is often written as H2O2. So you can see here in the image that the water molecule has 1 oxygen, which is the red atom, and 2 hydrogen, which are the 2 white atoms, and then that is written as H2O. And next to it you have the hydrogen peroxide molecule, which has 2 oxygen, 2 red ones, and 2 hydrogen, 2 white ones, and that is represented as H2O2. So they're the same types of atoms, but there are different numbers of them in a different shape, which create a new molecule. So back to the reading. Now these 2 molecules differ only in 1 atom. They form molecules that have very different characteristics. You drink and bathe in water, but you would not drink or bathe in hydrogen peroxide. Instead, you use hydrogen peroxide on cuts as a disinfectant. The next section is about the structure. Models of different molecules vary in their composition, but another factor that affects the characteristics of a substance and can even determine its identity is the chemical structure of its molecules. Chemical structure is the specific way in which the bonds and atoms are arranged within the molecules of a substance. Butane and isobutane are 2 molecules that have the same composition but different structures. Observe the model of the 2 molecules in figure 2.2b, which you will see on the next slide. Butane and isobutane both have 4 carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms. However, butane has the 4 carbons arranged in a chain-like structure, and isobutane has the carbons arranged in a triangle-like shape. Because of their different structure, their characteristics are also different. Butane is often used as the fuel in camping stoves, and very pure isobutane is used as a refrigerant in refrigerators. However, sometimes isobutane is mixed with other gases and also used in camping stoves. So you can see in this image that butane and isobutane have the same composition. They both have 4 carbons and they both have 10 hydrogens, but the structure is different, which they look different. They're arranged in a different way, which makes the 2 different molecules, which creates the 2 different types of matter. So back to the reading. Sucrose and maltose are another example of 2 molecules that have the same composition but different structure. Sucrose is the ordinary sugar that people typically use to bake with or sweeten their cereal. Maltose is the kind of sugar that gives malted milk drinks their particular flavor. Both molecules have the exact same number of carbon atoms, 12, hydrogen atoms, 22, and oxygen atoms, 11. However, their structure is different, so their molecules have different shapes. The different shapes result in the different taste.